Afternoon, all the children. Once again, welcome back to the fourth lecture of finite and non-finite verb. Children, in the third lecture, we were discussing the definition of infinitive. We have discussed the definition with examples. Then we move to to infinitive. We have already discussed the uses of to infinitive. Where do we use to infinitive and how do we use to infinitive? We have already done. We were discussing the examples. We had completed 4 examples. Now let's continue with the other examples so that we can know how to use to infinitive differently. Children, we have already used to infinitive as subject of a verb, object of a verb as a complement. Let's continue with the fifth example. The fifth example is Rohit likes a glass of water to drink. Now see, Rohit is subject, likes is verb, a glass of water is object. What is to drink here? To drink is used as an object complement. Here to drink is used as an object complement. This is the fifth use of to infinitive. Anu Shakya is there. Anu Shakya. Can you hear me, Shweta?
Yes, sir. Sir
Okay.
is there.
Now the sixth rule. Now the sixth example. It is our duty to serve our nation. To infinitive. Now how it is used? It is used with it. This is the sixth example. Then the seventh example. We study to gain knowledge. Why do we study? What is the purpose? To gain knowledge. So to talk about purpose also we use to infinitive. To talk, we can use it with it. We can use it as an object complement. We can use it as a subject of a verb. We can use it as an object of a verb. We can use it as object complement. We can use it as only complement also. Complement of a verb. See the eighth example. This medicine. This is subject. Is verb. Is pleasant. Pleasant is adjective. This medicine is pleasant to take. To take is to infinitive. What is the role of to infinitive here? It is used as a qualifier of adjective. It is qualifying an adjective, or you can say it is used as an adverb here. It is not the time. What is the time here? Time is noun here. To play. Now to play is to infinitive. Here to play, I mean to infinitive is used as a qualifier of a noun. It is used to qualify a noun. Look at the 10th example. To tell you the truth, I forgot the promise. What is this? I forgot the promise. I forgot the promise is a sentence. And to tell you the truth, it is used as an adverb. It is used to qualify a sentence. Children, whenever we are using any word to qualify an adjective, to qualify a noun, or to qualify a sentence, what is the role of that word in a sentence? It is used as an adverb. So here in the 8th, 9th and 10th example, you can see we are using to infinitive to qualify an adjective, then to qualify a noun, and here we are using to infinitive to qualify a sentence. Let's continue with the 11th example. I hope these 10 examples are clear. Children, this topic is quite long. It may take so much time, but you will definitely understand the topic if you move step by step. Don't try to confuse all the things. Just try to see how to infinitive is used. Let's see the 11th example. I bought a dictionary. I bought a dictionary. What is the reason I bought a dictionary? To see the meanings. To see the meanings of difficult words. This is the 11th example. to see the meanings of difficult words. What is to see here? To infinitive. How do we use to infinitive here? Here we are using to infinitive. Substitute of a clause. Substitute of a clause. How it is used as a substitute of a clause? Suppose if you want to, suppose you can write the same sentence like this. I bought a dictionary. This is one clause. I bought a dictionary. I bought a dictionary so that I can see the meanings of difficult words. Children, this is another clause. This is another clause. Okay, two clauses are there. I bought a dictionary. Why? So that I can see the meanings of difficult words. See, this is a clause. But if you look at this sentence, previous sentence, here to see the meanings of difficult words, it is here we are using to see as a substitute of a clause. How many clauses are there in second sentence? Two clauses. And if you look at the first sentence, how many clauses are there? There is only one clause. Why one clause? Because there is only one finite verb. I bought a dictionary. Only one finite verb is there, bought. Because time is clear. From this word to see, time is not clear. So it is. So how do we use it as a substitute of a clause? I bought a dictionary so that I can see the meanings of difficult words. Children, this is a complex sentence, and we have changed the complex sentence into a simple sentence. The first sentence is a simple sentence. The second sentence is a complex sentence. I think the meaning of this example is clear to you. How do we use to infinitive? We can use to infinitive to substitute a clause. How can we substitute a clause? We can change the finite verb into a non-finite verb. Then the clause will be replaced by to infinitive. This is a very interesting example. With the help of this example, you can change complex sentences to simple sentences. How can you change complex sentences to simple sentences? With the help of to infinitive. This is the topic we are doing. With the help of to infinitive, we can substitute the clauses and change a complex sentence into a simple sentence. Let's continue.
Yes.
I hope the 11th example is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Now the next example. Next example. He is strong enough. He is strong enough to tolerate the pain. To tolerate the pain. Now see, to tolerate is to infinitive, and we have used it with enough. He is subject, is verb, strong is adjective, and what is enough? Enough is adverb. Okay, so it is used with enough. Now, last example, the bag is too heavy. The bag is too heavy to carry. Now, what is to carry? To carry is to infinitive. To the bag is subject, is verb, to is adverb. To is adverb, heavy is adjective, and heavy is adjective, and we have used to carry. we have used to carry with, used with to. So children, these are the different uses where we can use to infinitive. I hope different rules, different uses are clear to you, because I have written all the examples also.
Yes, sir.
I recapitulate the things again. Children, to infinitive is the base form of the verb used with to. This is one thing. Second thing, it does not change with the change in the subject. Third thing, it is not used as a verb. Fourth thing, it cannot have past or present form. It has only one form. What is that form? To plus base form of the verb, first form of the verb. And what are the uses? It can be used as subject of a verb, object of a verb, object complement, verb complement, complement of a preposition. It can be used with enough. It can be used with to. It can be used with it. It can be used to talk about purpose. It can be used to substitute a clause. It can be used to qualify a noun, to qualify an adjective, or it can also be used to qualify the whole sentence. See how many uses are there so far as to infinitive is concerned. Children, we use to infinitive frequently in our daily life also. If you speak English, right, you will find out that we speak so many sentences in English where we are using to infinitive, but we don't know what is the use of to infinitive. After reading all these things, you will come to know what is the role of to infinitive in a sentence, whether we are using it as a subject or object or complement, or we are talking about purpose, we are substituting a clause, we are qualifying a noun, adjective, sentence. All these things will be clear to you. Children, with this we finish the topic of to infinitive. I hope the first type of infinitive, that is to infinitive, is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Only one use is left. Children, we have done all the uses which we have done so far. They are the active uses. I mean, or whether you take this example, to see, to tolerate, to carry, here we have used to infinitive in active form. All the sentences we have written are in active form. Children, to infinitive can be used in passive form also, but in passive form the structure will be little bit different. If you remember active passive voice, if you remember active passive voice, there is one rule where we use this form. You will understand how to use to infinitive in passive form. Children, we have written 13 examples. All the examples are of which voice? Active voice. How do we write it in passive voice? Can anybody tell me how to write it in passive voice? I give you 2 minutes. Yes, I am waiting for the answer. Children, when we were discussing active passive voice, we did 20 rules. In the 22 rules, out of those 20 rules, if you look at the 16th rule is this sentence only. Sentences with to infinitive. Don't you remember? In active voice, in active we have to plus first form of the verb. And in passive, what happens? To plus
B plus third form of the
Okay, so now we are going to start with this possibility. Children, all the rules will be applicable in passive voice also, but you have to keep in mind the structure. In active voice, the structure will be 2 plus first form of the verb. But in passive voice, the structure will be 2 plus be plus third form of the verb. If you look at be carefully, what is be? Be is also first form of the verb. So the structure is same, plus one more word will be added. Let me write 2-3 examples, then it will be clear to you. Why I am telling you the passive voice of active, passive voice of to infinitive? Because children, in the exams, there will be a question, fill in the blanks with to infinitive, right? Whenever this question is there in the exams, fill in the blank with to infinitive. There are two possibilities. The sentence can be given to you in active form also, in passive form also. If the sentence is given to you in the active form, then you will choose this structure. If the sentence is given to you in passive form, then this structure will be chosen by you. That is why I am telling you this example. In passive sentences, to infinitive, that is 2 plus first form of the verb, is changed to 2 plus be. Be is also first form, third form. This structure will be there. In active form, we have 2 plus first form of the verb. In passive form, we have 2 plus be plus third form of the verb. Shweta, how much time is left?
Sir, 13 minutes is left. No, sir.
Okay.
18 minutes are left. 18 minutes are left.
Okay, good. We'll be able to finish bare infinitive also. Now let me write 2 examples of active passive voice to infinitive. You have to do it. You have to do it. This is the example. This is active. This is active. What is happening in active voice? 2 plus first form. If you change it into passive, what will happen?
This
It has to be
by you.
has to be done by you. This is passive. This is passive. If you look at this structure, 2 plus first form plus third form. Or you can write be. What is be? First form plus third form. One more example. The students have to maintain silence in the library. What is to maintain? 2 plus first form. This is active form. When you change it into passive, what will happen? Silence has to be maintained in the library by the students. Here it is used as passive. Now see, to be maintained. 2 plus be plus third form of the verb. What is be? First form of the verb. Children, I think the topic of to infinitive is okay to you?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So children, they use the same. Whether you use it in active form or you are using it as passive form, just keep in mind the structure. In active form, the structure is 2 plus first form of the verb. In passive voice, the structure is 2 plus be plus third form of the verb. Children, how will you come to know? The question can be like this: fill in the blanks with to infinitive. Whenever this question is there, fill in the blank with to infinitive. Don't think that only one option is there. You have two options. You can fill in the blank with 2 plus first form of the verb, or you can fill in the blank with 2 plus be plus third form of the verb. First of all, you have to see whether the sentence is in active form or in passive form. Some children what do? One verb is given in the bracket. What do? Fill in the blank with infinitive. They just add 2 plus first form of the verb and write the answer. Sometimes the sentence can be given in passive voice also. If the sentence is given in passive voice, then follow second structure, not first structure. Children, this is the end of the first type of infinitive, that is to infinitive. Today we have discussed the definition of infinitive with example. Then we have discussed the different uses of to infinitive with example. And then we have also seen the structure of active and passive voice. Children, so far we have covered 4 verbs. So far as non-finite verbs are concerned, we have done transitive and intransitive verb with examples. Then we have done infinitives and to infinitive with examples of active and passive voice. Should we continue?
Yes, sir.
Now, children, we are going to start with the second type of infinitive, that is called bare infinitive. Bare infinitive is first form of the verb. Let's see the different uses of bare infinitive quickly, right? Like we did the uses of to infinitive, 12, 13 uses are there. Similarly, bare infinitive also has some uses. Let's see how it is used. Children, the topic of finite and non-finite verb is very long, but it's very interesting. You will really see the different structures. You will come to know interesting structures used in English language. Now the second type, bare infinitive. What is bare infinitive, children? Bare infinitive is base form of the verb, first form of the verb without to. In to infinitive we have to, but in bare infinitive we don't have to. Where do we use these? Where do we use this infinitive? Let's see.
Sir, your voice is not audible. Thank you, sir.
Children, in bare infinitive, these are the different uses. 4 uses are there. So far as bare infinitive is concerned, there are 4 uses of bare infinitive. It can be used after the modal auxiliary. It can be second use. It can be used after the verbs like let, bid, watch, know, observe. Third use after the conjunctions like them, like than, sorry, THAN, than. Then, but, except. Third use, fourth use is, it can be used after the expressions like better, had better, would rather, would sooner, as soon as, etc. These are 4 uses of bare infinitive. Let's write down the examples now. 4 examples will be there. I can lift this box. I can lift this box easily. Now, what is this? Lift. Lift is first form of the verb. What is this? Modal. Modal auxiliary. So, what is this? This is bare infinitive. This is bare infinitive and it is used with modal auxiliary. Second example, I make him go. What is go? Go is first form. Here, go is used as bare infinitive. I can make him go out of the class. I can make him go out of the class. I make him in first form of the verb. Children, look at this example carefully. Here, make is finite verb and go is non-finite verb, bare infinitive. From lift, the time is not clear. From go, the time is not clear. And it is not used as a verb here. It is used as bare infinitive, non-finite verb. It is not acting as a verb. Now start recording. Okay. So children, these are the 4 different uses of bare infinitive. In the first example, bare infinitive lift is used after modal. In second example, go, bare infinitive, it is used after the verb make. Then in third example, complain, it is used after conjunction. In fourth example, beg is bare infinitive, it is used after the expression would rather. So children, this is all from my side. Today we have discussed the definition of infinitive with examples. Then we have discussed the uses of to infinitive with example. Then uses of bare infinitive with example. Tomorrow we'll discuss the different exercises related to infinitive. Afterwards, we will move to the 6th type of verb, that is participle. Tomorrow we shall start with participles. We'll do the definition of participle. Then we'll continue with different types of participles. I hope this much topic is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
children, today we have done the topic of infinitive. The topic is complete. We have done definition of infinitive with example, definition of to infinitive and uses of to infinitive with example, and examples. So 5 verbs are done: transitive, intransitive, infinitive, to infinitive, bare infinitive. 5 verbs are done, 5 are left: participle, present participle, past participle, perfect participle, and gerund. Before starting the participles, we shall do the exercises related to infinitives. Then only we'll move to participles. I hope the topic is clear to everyone. Thank you very much for your patient hearing, patient listening.
Thank you,
This
sir.
is the end of the class.
Thank you, sir.